Hi Aquarius, I'm Ember. Thanks for being here. So today I wanted to do a timeless tarot reading for your guys' sign, and I wanted to pull an oracle card first. Ooh, okay, that came out super quick. So this is formlessness, which I think is very interesting. You might be in a state of blending something together, but it hasn't fully formed yet, or in a state of figuring out what ideas work for you. And I just see bringing ideas into fruition is kind of what I'm hearing. I also in the pre-shuffle was seeing that you guys may be feeling burdened or heartbroken, but I just want to see what comes out. Okay, here we got the Hermit. The Hermit. This is really being in a state of being alone and really going deep into shutting everyone out and deep into there's a feeling of getting deep into understanding yourself even more. And there's also meditation coming to my mind. Maybe you're meditating more, maybe you're taking more time for yourself, you may be shutting off all your devices, kind of leave me alone, being really alone. And I don't know if this is because of whatever you're going through that you're kind of closing. I just feel this closing in on yourself, which is actually really good. There's this feeling of needing to get back to the basics. So yeah, okay. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was feeling. There's just this feeling of I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I really need to regulate my emotions and figure out how I'm feeling so that I can be able to move forward. Because sometimes when we don't regulate our emotions, we're in survival mode, or both. There's a frozen thing that happens. You kind of get frozen. And I don't know if you've been feeling frozen. It's interesting because we have the Five of Pentacles and it's in snow. I don't know if you've been feeling frozen lately, or if you've just been feeling you can't move forward in some way. And what's being asked of you is to go deep inside of yourself and to regulate your emotions and to really get connected with yourself again and not get connected with anyone's energy outside of you is kind of what I'm hearing. That wanted to come out and then it didn't. Page of Cups, okay. I want to move this up a little bit. Page of Cups, okay. The Chariot, which is Cancer energy. I want to get a couple more before I talk about this. The World. So there's this closing out. I have to cover that because YouTube's lame. I'm getting two different things here. So it could be that you're having someone come in with an offer and it moved really fast into a cycle, or there's a closing out of a cycle with you and another person. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Mostly what I'm feeling is that there's a closing out of a cycle with you and another person, and that may be what's causing this Five of Pentacles feeling, because there's something, I feel something happened between you and another person and it caused you to feel heartbroken and feel disappointed and sad and dejected is what I'm hearing. And because of that, you needed to take some time, and then there's this closing out of a cycle that's happening as well because of that. This is a massive thing that you're going through. There's the Nine of Cups. Okay, yeah. So what I'm seeing here is that you guys may be starting to focus on your own dreams and your own wants and your own purpose, and really figuring out what fills my cup, what makes me feel good, what makes me feel happy, what gives me joy, what is my dreams, where's my purpose. And it's really getting away, because a lot of this feels like an alone energy. I'm not getting I was thinking about it, but I wasn't really getting another person involved with you at the moment. I'm mostly getting you're figuring out how to love yourself and be alone, and how to love yourself and regulate your own emotions when it comes to things that stress you out, and how to figure out how to move forward without without needing someone else to help you is kind of what I'm not saying you don't need anyone to help you, but there's this feeling of like, I need to do this on my own. I need to regulate my emotions. I'm going to be there for myself. I am going to, if someone is hurting me, I'm going to remove them from my life, or I'm going to reevaluate and reflect on that. And there's just a strong sense of you moving forward on your own and not taking in anyone that has potentially hurt you in the past or is going to hurt you in the future. It's very interesting. I'm going to get some cards for top. I'm going to start like a new cycle. I don't know why I just said that, but I feel there's a sense of wanting to start a new cycle. And like a good cycle, like sometimes we don't get the choice, obviously, what kind of cycles we go through. And usually the cycles can be very painful, but I think you've just been through a very painful cycle. And so what I'm feeling is like this want to like, I need a pause and I need a break. And, or if I'm going to start a new cycle, I would like it to be like a really wonderful one. It's kind of what I'm hearing. So we have the Hanged Man. There's this need to like pause and like gain a higher perspective on like everything that's going on. And I love that you had the Hermit and the Hanged Man, because I feel like they go together really well. Okay, so we have the Devil. We have so many major arcana coming out right here, guys. Wow. So we have the Hanged Man, the Devil, Aquarius, the Moon, and the Hierophant. God, you guys have so many major arcana, because you have the Hierophant, you have the World, you have the Moon, you have Cancer, which is the Chariot, you have Aquarius, which is you, and also the Star, and the Devil, and the Hanged Man, and the Hermit. Like, that's a lot of major arcana. Like, whatever you're going through right now there are so many big themes happening in your life. Like I feel like it's about a relationship, but it could be about every single area of your life that's going through a major transformation. And I don't know why I'm feeling this, but there may be maybe you're trying to get comfortable or understand at a deeper level what all these energies kind of mean in your life. Like, how does the Moon react? How does the Moon act in my life? And how am I connecting with my emotions? And how am I seeing what's hidden, and how am I going deeply into my subconscious to figure out what's there? Like, that's an energy. Then there's like an energy of the Star, which is like about your purpose and your dreams, and like connecting to like what really makes you feel good and what really makes you feel alive. And then and also like your water energy as well. There's two water cards as well. There's water energy I'm feeling here at least. Then we have the Devil. And the Devil's about like your carnal pleasures and like your attachments and the illusions, and also like things that you're attached to that feel really good in the moment but don't feel really good long term, that can potentially mess you up, right? Then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant's like your spirituality, your values, your morals. We have the Hanged Man, which is like you're gaining a higher perspective. Then we have Virgo energy, which is like the Hermit, which is like getting really comfortable with being alone. And then we have the Chariot, which is about like moving forward and getting a handle on like what drives you, but also like having smaller victories and like being able to celebrate those smaller victories. But also it could be moving forward in love or not moving forward in love, depending on how you look at it. And then the World, we have like closing of cycles. So it's like all of these things I feel like are playing a part in your life in some way. I think you're just getting really comfortable with what each means for you and how you manage the intricacies of each one, and how they like you interact with them, and like how do you like get a hold of your addictions or attachments or obsessions, and how do you like how is your shadow working in your life, and how do you like heal your shadow? How do you bring light to your shadow? How do you see your shadow? How do you not like live in self-deception or whatever? And then it's like, also, I don't know why the Moon's sticking out to me too. It's like, what illusions am I buying into? And what things from my past are affecting me now? And how can I move into healing those things and move into loving myself in a much more brighter way, but also like becoming friends with my darkness, which I love that saying so much, because I think we think a lot of the times like we have to fight our darkness. I mean, I did that a lot. Like I fought it the whole time, and it's like not through fighting that you'll find integration. It's through like becoming friends with it and bringing unconditional love and bringing compassion and bringing like light to the dark, like bringing like and seeing the truth and facing things that really scare you. And what I'm finding in your reading is that there's this feeling of resilience, and there's this feeling of fighting for yourself, and there's this feeling of moving forward with unconditional love towards yourself and healing past hurts is kind of what I'm hearing. There's a lot of healing of past hurts, and this is really, really, there's a lot of, again, I just want to keep going back to like how many major things are happening in your life right now, and how many major themes are playing out as well. And I don't know if you feel very overwhelmed, and I think that that's why we had the Hermit for the very first card, because whatever the first card is, I feel like is the strongest energy either to be in or that you are in. And I feel like because there's so many energies happening right now, and we have this formlessness card, I think what's being asked of you is to really get connected to deeply what's inside you, which I feel like you are, because we have all these major themes, but they could be external themes that are happening and you're thinking about them internally, or they could be internal themes and you're just thinking about them a lot. So just wherever it fits for you. But there's this formlessness becoming form is what I'm hearing with these concepts that I just talked about. I want to say that again, formlessness becoming form with the concepts that I'm talking about. Like that is so major. And also it's just a lot. I get this feeling of overwhelm as well. And so again, get connected to regulating your emotions, get connected to what you want, get connected to where you see yourself going, get connected to how can you unconditionally love yourself more? How can you bring more compassion? How can you bring more, connectedness? How can you live in an energetic exchange that is beautiful for you, that feels good to you with other people? Like what kind of people do you want in your life? I mean, I think these are things that you're thinking about or have been thinking about. And there's just this feeling of like not wanting to like have other people kind of that are well, of course you don't want other people that are around that are like not good for you, but there's this feeling of like I really want to like love myself the most and have the people that are around me that like are going to support me the most, and like who makes me feel most safe and why, and what does that look like, and how do I cultivate that more? How do I gain more relationships like that? How do I deepen relationships like that, or deepen relationships that I'm beginning to explore or that I've explored before? So I just think there's a lot of Aquarius energy going on, because there's a lot of thinking and a lot of analyzing, which is really good, but there's a lot of water energy too. So I just want to say that I feel like you're really deeply connecting to your emotions in a different way than before, and maybe finding more confidence in like your intuition, what you think, what you want, how you want to go about things. And I'm just really proud of you guys. I think that these concepts are very hard to grasp, and I think you're grasping a lot of them at once. And I think you also just went through something very difficult, overwhelming. I don't know, something like overwhelming and that made you feel disappointed and sad and heartbroken possibly. And so I just want to give you guys a lot of love and like thank you for being here. And I think that that's all I have for you guys, but you guys are going through some major stuff. Major stuff. So give yourself a break, unconditional love and compassion. All right, guys, thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time.